Now, for a few minutes, I want to speak again to the boys and the girls. Now, we're returning to our little series of thoughts on the Mr. Men. And I have brought with me another of the Mr. Men characters, at least a photograph of it. And this man is called Mr. Nosey. And of course, you can see that this is Mr. Nosey. Why? Well, if I ask Joel, he'll tell me Mr. Nosey has a big nose. And you see, Mr. Nosey, he always wanted to find out things about people. And everybody he met, he was always asking them questions about what they were thinking, what they were saying, and what they were doing. He was that nosy, he would have asked people, how much money have you got in the bank? He would have asking people, if somebody died, how much money did they leave? And who inherited their will? How much did that new car cost you? And he was straight out. That would set you back a few pounds. But how much did it cost? You see, he was always wanting to know things. Where did you get that hat? What shop did you buy it in? How much did that new dress cost? Where were you last weekend? I didn't see you out. Why were you late? Why are you yawning? Were you at work this week? Were you sick? Where did you get the cold? Who gave it to you? You see, he was always asking questions. And you know what? People started to avoid Mr. Nosey in the place where he lived because he was always asking them questions. And of course, young people, it was exactly the same in Bible times. You see, these characters that Roger Hargreaves thought about and wrote the Mr. Men series, I think there was over 40, and then he added a number of ladies. These were all to teach us something about various characters that you would meet in life's journey. And the Apostle Paul, he wrote to Timothy. And in Timothy's day, he wrote about people that he called busybodies. He says, and withal they learned to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. And the Apostle Peter, writing to the church, said this, but let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief or as a busybody in other men's matters. You see, there's a story in the Bible about Peter. And whenever Peter had backslid and fell into sin, denying the Lord with oaths and cursing 3 times, and after he was restored at the Sea of Tiberias, the Lord Jesus told him, feed my lambs, feed my sheep, feed my sheep. And of course, he was asked, do you love me? And Peter responded, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love you. And then when the Lord Jesus had commissioned Peter, he then said to the Lord Jesus, well, now you've told me what I'm going to do. What shall this man do? And when he's thinking about John. So what commandments and instructions are you going to give to John? And the Lord Jesus said to him, and I'm paraphrasing, what does it matter to you, Peter? What does it matter what John does or anybody else does? That's nothing to do with you. You mind your own business. In a sense, don't be nosy. Don't be trying to work out what someone else is going to do. You just look to me. You listen to me, because the secret things belong to the Lord. And I'll reveal to you the things that you need to know. And that's all that matters. As long as I tell you what to do and how to live out your life, then don't you really worry about anyone else. And remember the Lord Jesus, when he came into the world, remember he said at 12 years of age, wist ye not I must be about my Father's business. The Father's business was his number one priority. And even though he knew all things and could reveal even the thoughts that people were thinking, never mind their words, he didn't go into all the details when he was interacting with people. And that's very important. It's very important that we're not a busybody in any sphere in which we live, neither in the church or in home, in the workplace, or in society. Because what happened to Mr. Nosey was people started avoiding him because they didn't want to talk to him, because they thought that man's far too nosy and he should mind his own business. So I'm saying to you, you prioritize and you mind your business. You mind yourself before the Lord, and you allow the Lord to reveal to you how he wants you to live. And don't be taken up and concerned with what other people do or what other people are saying or other people are thinking this morning. So I leave that little thought with you. There are busybodies in Paul's day and Peter's day, and he wrote about them. And in fact, he said to Peter, don't suffer as a murderer. Don't suffer as a thief. Certainly don't suffer as a busybody. And you notice how serious this is when he links it all together on the very same foundation as a thief or a murderer. Don't be a busybody. All right? So I leave that little thought with you this morning, and I trust and pray the Lord will bless you